Yo, it's your girl. It's your boy, Big Rocco. Oh, you probably forgot I live here, Rocco. I feel you. Feel you. Rocco, please quit pressing buttons. Thank you, bud. I'm taking your girl advice, and it's actually pretty good. Neo Thomas, what advice did I give you, bud? Oh, thank you, North Sky.
Come at night. Mostly.
What advice did I give? I mean, all my advice is great. I don't be trying to bullshit people with bad advice. Let's see. Don't worry about it, just work on your self confidence. Yeah, that's great advice. Honestly, that advice will get you further than all the other bullshit. Like you have dudes to be up here telling you like to you have dudes up here telling you to worry about pickup lines and shit. Like dog, if your whole relationship hinges off like are you funny the first time you meet somebody? You got bigger problems, homie. You have way bigger problems. Like you shouldn't be in that relationship. Am I more motivated off the tee? I'm more motivated to get out and do shit, right? Like since I started taking testosterone, like I got tired of sitting around the house. I picked up a second job. Um, it's like right now, like I'm just waking up right now because I literally stayed up all last night. Woke up, worked from like 6:30 to 6, about 12 and a half hours. Came home, took a bath, laid down at 7. Woke back up and now at 11. Now I'm here talking to you guys because like fuck, I missed like a day streaming, and now I'm here. I don't know. I don't take my T levels till March. Into March, I don't go back and do my T levels. Oh,
Switch to DCS ranging.
240, nominal to profile.
We're in the pipe. 5 by 5.
oh, saucy Chris. Hope you have a nice
Hope you
stream.
have a nice stream.
Me too. Me too. Me too. What car did you crash, Fuzzy? Or Chevy Malibu? Nothing of value was lost. What Malibu did you? $8,000. Let me see if I can pick out what engine your Malibu you had in it. Malibu's worth $8,000 is relatively new. You had, I want to say the 3.6 high feature V6 in it because I feel like the 2.4 Ecotech would not keep the value that high. You had the 3.6 high feature VVT engine. Am I right? Can we agree the 5.4 Triton engine the F-150 is the best of all time? No, we're not agreeing on that, dude. It sounds like your brother bought a 3.6 liter V6. Um, that had been abused. Honestly, like once you get around 100,000 miles on those 3.6s, and the oil changes haven't been on top of their game, you're really gonna fuck it up. I mean, those 3.6s, you can get 200,000 miles out of them, but that's with regular oil changes. They do not like long oil changes. Those are 3,000, 3,500 mile oil change cars. That's what they are. You go 5, 6,000 miles between oil changes, you're putting the timing chain in them. 100%. If you skip it after you start noticing misfires and things like that, you're putting an engine in them. They burn oil straight from the factory because of how the EGR is set up on them. They're very, very, sensitive to their oiling jackets to get clogged and things like that. So if you start getting any kind of like sludge in your engine, you're gonna fuck the car up. Grayson, that is a closet. Be real. Let's see. I have an inline Ford Tacoma. Going to get 300,000 miles out of it. I mean, but in Tacoma. I know it wasn't the R22 still. You had the 2.7 liter. Hmm. 159 horsepower. That truck right there goes 0 to 60 in an afternoon. What's my favorite Metal Gear Solid game? The first Metal Gear Solid game. This cat is Dr. Grayson. Coming on, are you excited for any new for the new chicken sandwich, little boy? I didn't know there was going to be one. But this cat's Dr. Grayson. That cat, which you can't see right now, that's Mr. Rocco. Dr. Gray, Rocco. Who buys trucks for speed though? I'd honestly say that 159 horsepower is inadequate. I'm not. I don't care about the new Mortal Kombat movie. I'm gonna let you guys know. Asking to close this door from this point on will result in a ban. I don't play that brigade and shit. So if you don't want to, if you want to keep, if you want to lose your chat privileges, keep it on. Inadequate for what? Getting on the fucking road, not getting run over. Let's look. Let's look at the old. The old Tacoma he has 4-4. That's terrible. Oh. This ain't even about drag racing, right? It's not about having the biggest, fastest car out in the lot. There's always a car faster than your shit, right? So I don't even give a fuck about what the horsepower is, as long as it's adequate, right? Like, long as the car does what I need the car to do, I don't give a fuck. There's always somebody with a bigger, better car. But like, look at this. Like, honestly, that starts at like 3 seconds. And it ends right there. So that's like a 9.7 second 0 to 60. That's terrible. Right? Like, give you an idea. Here's my truck 0 to 60.
Hey everyone, Hazy Nighthawk here. I'm gonna do 0 to 60 in my 5.3 silver.
Quit talking, bud.
Direction on.
Alright, here it goes.
Switch to DCS ranging.
240, nominal to profile.
We're in the pipe. 5 by 5.
See, and my truck is slow. There's nothing fast about my truck, but it looks like a race car compared to that Tacoma. That Tacoma's way under engined. And Toyota does this, right? Toyota will
We better get back, because it'll be dark.
Hey, Trill Boy.
And they most
We also had a
likely
donation roll in. Hold up, let me check that out. I'll speak on Toyota with this shit. Rest, hey Mr. Wings, any thoughts on Twitch dubbing Metallica's BlizzCon performance to avoid copyright claim? I did not see that. I did not see that. Toyota does this all the fucking time, though. Like, one of the legendary engines Toyota made out was the thing called an R22. And like, one of the reasons those engines last forever is this. They put out 70 wheel horsepower, 105 at the crank. Like, they're dogs. Like, they're legitimate dogs. And that's how they last forever. There's no real stress ever put on the block of the engine itself. Think of like Toyota engines, like an AK-47, right? Think of it like an AK-47. The AK-47 is works consistently. Like, you throw it in the mud, you can drain it, you can not clean it for days on end. It'll continue to work. but it's not that fucking great, right? It's not really that accurate. It's kind of heavy. Like it is what it is. It works, but it's not that great of a rifle. It's not gonna if you go out and you do like stress tests and things like that. Other rifles will beat it, and that's what I look at. Like the Toyota engines are like they'll keep you moving, but you're not gonna have fun. They're not gonna be very. They're not gonna be. They're not gonna get you anywhere fast. And it's like, which granted, speed's not everything.
Switch to DCS ranging.
240, nominal to profile.
We're in the pipe. 5 by 5.
They hold their value. They hold their value because people have this illusion that Toyota makes products that are bulletproof. Right? And a lot of people don't know shit about cars, and all they know is Toyota good, this person bad. And that stigma is the reason Toyotas have value. That's the reason if you go to a Toyota dealership, there's nothing in the way of rebates, ever. Because, like, you could drive around in that R22, make it that puts out 70 horsepower, right? Or you could even General Motors, like for example, like my truck engine, right? The truck engine in my '02 Silverado. Those things last 500,000, 600,000 miles easy with basic maintenance. And those put out 300 horsepower. They're a lot faster. They're a lot more fun to drive. And they get around the same fucking gas mileage. Here's what you don't know. Like the R22 engine that put out 70 horsepower, they've got like 20 miles to the gallon. Weren't that fucking great? But it rusts in 7 years? Oh, everything rusts. There's no design that's going to keep things from rusting. Especially if you live in the salt belt. Toyota had frame issues where they would break in half. I'm not anti-vaccination. I got 620 subs. Will the Cybertruck rust? I can't answer that question. Aluminum tends not to rust, but they generally have. I don't know if Cybertruck is frame on or not because I never really looked it up. But like the underneath will most likely rust. Because like you're gonna have a steel frame, you're not gonna have an aluminum frame because it couldn't handle the pressure of carrying the car. So that steel frame's gonna rust. And things like that. But there are other things on the Cybertruck that doesn't have to rust. Like, for example, Cybertruck doesn't have a differential. Cybertruck doesn't have an axle. It runs in each wheel. Well, maybe the back one does. It might have one axle because I think you only can get a 3-motor setup. Which I got nothing against Toyota. Like I'm excited for the new Tundra. My thing with Toyota and like people that worship Toyota, generally people that worship Toyota aren't car guys. Because Toyota makes the most boring cars on the planet. Did you see the towing capabilities of the Cybertruck? Yes, I did. But here's what you don't know about the Cybertruck tank. Cybertruck is heavy as fuck, and it's pretty much a 2500 truck. And they're comparing it to light duty trucks. Toyota did the same thing in 2007 when the new Tundra came out. The Toyota Tundra, Toyota doesn't make a heavy duty truck. So what they did was they made a truck with like a 430 axle ratio, like a fucking 8 bolt, fucking differentials on it, big ass 10.5 inch differential, and they made it so like it destroyed all the competition number wise. and um and what they did there was they basically produced like a light duty, heavy duty variant truck, and they compared it to light duty trucks. Cybertruck's in the same mold. Cybertruck is more closely resembled to a heavy duty truck than it is a light duty truck. General Motors 3800 Series 2. I've seen one personally with 450,000 miles on it. Car had been salvage titled 4 times over. Like, when I say salvage title 4 times over, it means it's been wrecked to the point it got totaled, and it did it 3 times from hitting deer, and the person just kept fixing it. Like, he just buy new fenders and shit like that, and he just kept going. It was a Pontiac Bonneville. When I seen it, it was a guy on Facebook, and he was paying somebody to go clean his throttle body, and I did it for him. Chevy's the worst truck you can buy. What makes Chevy the worst truck you can buy? Joshy the Cherry. Uh, the 4Runner is not a best kept secret. The Lexus runs the 4.7 liter, which has 2 million mile motors under its belt. Which car company has the coolest logo? I want to say Mercedes Benz. Because like every time I see a Mercedes Benz, I'm like, ooh, pretty.
We better get back, because it'll be dark soon, and they mostly come at night. Mostly.
Lexus are expensive. What is hell, dog? You be missing out stalling balling? That sucks, homie. Hot as hell. Oh my lord. I am so tired, boys. Like I don't want to do shit. I just want to like lay down, exist. This is actually a Halloween decoration. I haven't took it. I haven't took down yet. Cause I gotta get on a ladder to take it down. Look, it's our girl baby. It's our girl baby. Ugh. Yeah, I'm gonna stand in a chair that has wheels on it to remove that. You just want to see me eat shit and fall on the floor. I feel you. RSK stands for really smart kids. Oh, your boy Big Jason. my house have weird noises that happen at night. I don't know. I got 3 animals that live in my house, dog. If there's a weird noise that happens, it's most likely the cat's running or falling off shit. Cryogenic. How much you want to bet there's no fist hold hiding behind the middle painting? I'll put a $25 bill on it. Dotus do shut the hell up, huh? I use OBS with Streamlabs. Oh, dog! I'm glad you asked that question. I had a sandwich today. It was like having an epiphany, dog. I don't know if you guys have an eggs up grill where you live at, but there's a thing called a waffle sandwich. That shit's straight fucking fire. That's all that fucking is. Just fire. Like, it's like half a waffle. Like, they cut a waffle in half and then they fold it over. Then they put like eggs, bacon, and a couple other things in it. And then they give you like a little thing of syrup to dip it in. It's just uh a bottle bot. What Discord are you in so I can go throw a strike on it? Yeah, Clarky, I can't acknowledge every single subscriber, man. Yeah, Northern Neck, I do. We're just working a lot, man. A lot of work. Like, I'm going to go look at a beater car tomorrow. Like, that should be interesting. No, I don't recycle at all. Another car, yeah. This is just a cheap car that's designed to get around. Like, it's just gonna be like a $4,000, POS that you pretty much put liability on and you drive it back and forth. The idea is to keep miles off my truck and my wife's car since they're both brand new. We haven't picked one out yet. We're looking at stuff. Cycling's good for Navarro. Wouldn't you do it? All right. Well, let me show you something. Right. What is this shit called? I think this is called polypropylene. It's a form of plastic. Let's go through the life of this bottle, right? And let's talk about emissions and environment. Right. To make this bottle, it starts at the plant and it's made. It goes on one truck that goes to the store. And then I go get it with my car, bring it home, and now we're drinking this. That's 2 rides. All right. So for this to be another bottle, right, or be melted down and be used again as plastic, I have to take it to the dump, drop it off at the dump and recycling. Another diesel truck comes and picks it up, takes it to a sorting center, In the sorting center, it's sorted, put into another truck. That truck drives it to another facility, and that truck melts it down in that facility. They take the melted down plastic and create it in the again, and it goes again. So it takes 6 different car rides for this to become a plastic bottle again, versus just making the bottle again. All right, it's actually more polluting to recycle than it is to just throw it away.
We better get back, because it'll be dark soon, and they mostly come at night. Mostly.
Bro, look, dude, look. I know you just want me to get up so you see how fat I am. Oh no, wings ice cream. Mm-mm-mm. All right, cryogenic. $25 or you get banned just because you wanted to be a bitch. Because I can show you any point of my wall. Because even the one I punched a hole into, Biggs, motherfucker, Biggs. Nah, I'm fucking with you. I don't give a shit what you do. Nah, he's not asking for donations. He bet me $25 that there was a hole behind that picture. Like I don't know what the fuck's behind that picture. Like I don't know what my wall looks like. Hey, Bailey, get here. Mm. Bailey girl. Bailey girl. Wings threats the band viewer for not donating. Disaster stream. Why are you being so disasterful, Wings? I don't give a fuck what he does, man.
Switch to DCS ranging.
Hey, Wings, I hope you're having a good day, dog. Can I get your
We're in the pipe.
Can I get your onion on traps? Like onion on traps. I'm assuming this word's opinion. And here, let me answer this the way you ask it. I feel like traps are the best form of the Diablo 2 assassin, in my personal opinion. It's not it's the kind that lets you play the safest. It's not really, you don't really have to get into the action, and you can use it by sitting behind a mercenary. Trap assassins are fucking wonderful. That's my opinion on traps. Any advice for Zerg Rush? Don't man up. Don't be a pussy. Or pool. Honestly, back in the day when Kyle was agreeing to face me on StarCraft 1v1, um, I was going to either bunker rush him or I was going to four pull him. because like the dude had no chance regardless. Like he would have never see 4 pull coming. Which people out there that's not to know, 4 pull. When you start a 1v1 game of StarCraft, the original, you start with 4 workers. And what you would do is you would gain 150 minerals or 200 minerals now, and you would make a spawning pool. And then the other 3 workers work, and as soon as you could, you you would create a three thing of zerglings, and you would send them straight to their base. And generally, if you're good enough or you're fast enough, you can get there before they get their first marine or zealot out, and you can very easily take all their workers out with 6 zerglings, destroying their economy.
We better get
It's an all or nothing play because you pretty much can't recover from it.
Mostly.
I don't know why there's an address on the screen right now. That's not my address. Everybody knows my fucking address. Kyle does love me. I've always said this before that the Kyle gets so negative toward me because he's so upset. No, the Cryo Jackie guy's not getting banned. Oh look, Dank Lord TV sees my actual address. Yay for Dank Lord. Oh fuck yeah, I'm getting D2 remaster. Shit, if I could get away with it, I'd play Diablo 2 right the fuck now. You'd have people fucking running out this goddamn stream like somebody shit their pants, dog. If I play Diablo 2. What's my favorite class in Diablo 2? I was the season 1 ladder winner for Diablo 2 Lord of Destruction US East, and I did it with an elemental druid. But toward the end of that character's life, my whole goal was just to stand around with Oak Sage on. Like there was no like, hey, I'm actually killing shit. No, once you got the bell runs, it was pretty much just standing around. But I designed the character that way because I knew that to grind for hours on hours and hours on end, that you pretty much had to do it that way. Or just play Sork. The problem with sorceresses, especially if you're running ladder, is people expected you to teleport, right? And I never ran Map Hack, which was like a cheating program back in the day for like Diablo 2. So I didn't have the ability to just see where like the entrances to each stage down. So like that was dangerous, right? Because you like the key to getting high on the ladder isn't to have like a god tier character. It's to have a character that has very little responsibility, but everybody wants on your team. For example, like in my opinion, the best 2 characters or best 3 characters you can be to run the ladder is either like a barbarian with a very high battle orders, or a druid, or a conviction paladin. Because conviction paladins always find their way into like high end bell running parties because they have conviction. Druids are rare, so people tend to want druids too because it doubles their hit points and takes away some of the risk of dying. And battle orders barbarians obviously are more valuable early on than they are later. I played hardcore D2. Yeah, I don't play anything but hardcore. To me, like hardcore is where you play at because everything matters. I'll fix it later. Let the wife fix it. Diablo 2 Remaster is coming out, and I will be playing that shit. I'll most likely be getting it on console. Yeah, I got a PS5, Alex. It's coming on all consoles. PS4, Xbox One, all the way up to PC.
Switch to DCS ranging.
Chop suey!
Nominal to profile.
We're in the pipe. 5 by 5.
Hell no. I'm wondering how they're going to make Diablo 2 on consoles. I guess you could kind of do it like Diablo 3, but teleport's going to be heavily nerfed. You wish they stopped making games for PS4 already? Like, honestly, dude? People haven't even got... What character should we play? The pimp class. Hammerden. The only problem with Hammerden is very gear heavy. Like a poison necro it's unique, but at the same time he kind of sucks until you get poison explosion. Bell give oh dog, I cannot do 2 push-ups. Wings exposed your files. Oh no, you can see car pictures and you can see like my 1099Ks from like 2 years ago. Well, last year. There's professional photos. There's Kelly's fit before 40. I'll be alright, dog.
And they mostly come at night. Mostly.
Rothma.
Good day.
Dog, I can't do 10 push-ups. I'll let you know right off the rip.
Beware.
Yeah. If I'm gonna sit there and embarrass myself, I need to get paid, playa. Like I'm playing on players 8 because like it simulates having 8 players, which is the highest difficulty. Like a poison necro is gonna start out kind of shitty. Just like the meta necromancer is going to be the corpse explosion guy with the summons. You can also get away with like a confused bone necromancer. Really, but then he relies heavy on the summons. So my goal here is to find a weapon. So we want to pump strength early. It takes 25 strength to wear a belt, which belt's one of the best like pieces of early game equipment you can get, because belt will allow you to have 12 potions instead of 8. I mean, what do you consider closed on the door? Alright, so we're going to get the poison explosion, so we're going to go ahead and grab teeth. Teeth is just going to be a placeholder skill.
I need a key.
On a raised skeleton. Buckler, fire shrine. So we're looking for some sort of weapon. Just like our wand kind of sucks. Oh, you tell me how to make Diablo 2 like 1080p in window mode? Is that what you're trying to tell me, Selfris? Because I didn't know that was possible. Always just played it like this. Because I like playing PC games in window mode because it lets me multitask. So if I would like want to like change music or things like that, I can just switch music out pretty easily. Generally, when you fight shamans, you always want to grab the shaman first, because if you don't, you're just going to constantly kill fucking fallen ones. Hold on. When I finish the Den of Evil, I'll go back and try that when I get the cold waypoint. That's cool with you. No, we're not playing Warzone tonight. We're chilling out, bud. Like, cause this right here is a game I can play 4 hours on. And one of the things when I play like single player games, I never could play them like I want on stream. Mainly because like I kind of play these shits a little fucking slow. There's level 6. Grab 25 more strength. We can use the scepter now. So we're going to look for a dirt as well. Because our very first poison spell is going to be a dagger type. Go. Clean these dudes up. Have you ever seen Honey, I Shrunk the Kids? Multiple fucking times. Like, who the real hasn't not seen Honey, I Shrunk the Kids? Yo, there's tons of mana potions. Not enough to the old go juice, though. See, like this is the problem. Like you guys won't let me expand out to other games because like it's like you're wanting Warzone right now. I don't really have an idea, honestly. Our goal right now is just to get level 6. So the way we should be playing should be based on trying to stay alive to level 6. We want to basically get our first little bits of armor on and slowly kill off enemies. Hope they drop healing pots like that. If I scroll 5 to 6. I'm keeping the scepter on because it does extra damage to undead. Oh, I'll be getting it on PS5. I try to avoid playing PC games whenever possible, but like Diablo 2 is a game I played a lot of. I played this game for almost a decade as the only game I played. I've actually never played a Poison Necro. It's one of those builds that takes a lot of patience. Unless you got really good gear. Dagger. Concentrated Dagger of Frost. Keep it. No, we're not seeing my wedding pictures. Because there's other people in my wedding pictures that I don't want people to harass. And showing off stuff like that will just put, like, some of the degenerates that follow me in a realm of wanting to harass people. Yeah, let's blur out their face. You realize that blurring out their face is harder than you make it out to be, right? Especially when I don't have it prepared before stream. Almost level 6. I'm debating if we're going to need so like the best way to do this is hit him, let him get poisoned, poison run its course, hit him again. Could do curses as well. Amp damage. Go. 5 monsters remain. Hey, would you ever play Kingdom Deliverance? I have played it. I'm not very good at it. Like, it's one of those games where, like, I struggle so hard with the combat. Since you a demon, thank you, brother.
Switch to DCS ranging.
240, nominal to
I
profile.
had to read it.
We're in the pipe. 5 by 5.
Give me a second. Candy, here we say get unbanned. Yeah, well, can you unban Candy, please? Alright, let's...
Is that enough to earn the rogue's trust?
Let's roll out here and grab the cold waypoint. And I was thinking about something that Selfer said. He said set it up to 1080p. This game didn't have 1080p. Like, I know the resolution is probably something, but that's the highest resolution this game goes in, 800 by 600. This is an old ass game. There's level 6. It gives us poison dagger. Corpse explosion. And we could possibly weaken. Grab dim vision as well.
You have cleansed. Good day.
One arm. Sure. Probably gonna use that dagger for right now. See if we can find a dirk or something. Heed.
Good day.
A necrom. Good day.
Looking for a dirk right now. Just to get the damage on it. I don't know what level dirks start showing up. There's one. Not the greatest, but it'll do.
Hi there. What you need?
Alright, so grab a sash. We need 34 strength for a large shield. So let's grab a small shield for now. 5 defense. Defense. 27. Get a book of town portal. Head back out and start going to the Blood Raven. Alright. Now we have poison damage. So this should be a lot better. Like stabbing this guy one time should kill him. Couple things we can do here. Alright. So one hit actually will kill these dudes. Go. Hey, Dr. Gray. You should do streams where you drive around your truck and dirt roads and shit. Can't do it. Not allowed to drive on Twitch. I'm not going to invest too heavily into Poison Dagger. Main reason why is like Poison Explosion is going to be my main form of damage through most of the game, with Poison Nova being the secondary fallback. I just don't see myself being like super super close range, especially once you get to like Act 4, where Necromancer's starting to fall off. I mean, I don't want to play Rainbow right now. One, I'm not really playing it that often. And two, most people just team kill me. And it's at the point where the team killing is, I don't even want to play it. Like, it literally drives my desire to play it completely destroys it. We'll message him not to. Yeah, I'm sure that works. All right, so this area is I'd struggle with until I get my mercenary. So let's see if we can do this. Because like undead are actually strong versus poison. Almost to the point that they can't be poisoned. I don't think they can be hurt with poison. My goal here is to put amp damage on Blood Raven. Hit her. Died there. Grayson, go away, bud. So we're looking to try to get her separated. Separate her, let poison do its damage. We're halfway down. Go to town real quick. Grab some more health potions.
Hello.
There's some action-packed gameplay. That's the problem with playing Diablo 2. Like, I had 640 in there. What do I got now? How many viewers I got now? I bet you it's dropped in half. I bet I got like 350 now or some shit like that. Yeah. Do that. I want to force the issue here. You could very easily fuck me up here. Had a dollar donation. Check it out in a second. Kind of want to get my mercenary. Stabber. Yep, gotcha. This takes a little bit longer because, like I said, like Poison Dagger is not the greatest opening build. It's almost to the point where it's like it's not even worth putting amp damage on. I'm better off just trying to like get her with the poison and let it work, do its magic. I'm gonna try one more. Try to get it in one more time. Got her. And now kill everything else. Low quality throwing knives always sell for 500. Always worth picking up.
Blood Raven. Rest well.
Grab the money. Scimitar's probably not worth picking up. Yeah, we can sell that now. Alright. Let's grab our rogue. Our rogue is going to increase our killing power exponentially here.
It is good day.
For the dexterity ring, which we're not going to use. Can't even use Targe. 300. Alright. 2 quests down. Now for the Journey of Cain. There, I like to put my rejuvenation potions in here and save them to make big rejuvenation potions later.
What you need.
Alright, so now we're looking for a longbow with we're looking for a bow with sockets. Because like easily the best damage you can get on is like rubies or topazes and a 3-socket bow. There. So we're gonna put that sapphire that we have into that bow.
I can't use that. I'll put that to good use.
There we go. We actually can go do the mausoleums now. All right, what we got going on here? Let's look at some donations. I'm sorry. Can you shout out my friend? No, I cannot. Thank you for the dollar donation. Did we unban Canny? Is that something that happened? Hardcore fans can't even defend me in Rainbow. I'm not bad at Rainbow, dude. You never actually get to see me play Rainbow on stream. That's not in like a high-end rank setting. And even then, it's like my mercenaries are going to do the lion's share of the work here. So what I can do is I can kind of like sit back and curse at them. slowly but surely trade out my regular potions for bigger potions here. Like the mercenary gives you the mercenary can almost carry you through the first act. He is that good. The dagger. I'm not sure why I'm picking the base daggers up. Maybe I'm just hoping that they will end up being for something here. We're going all in strength here because I want to get to things. So here, slowly keep going up because this is giving us damage towards our poison explosion. I want to eventually get clay golem. What do you guys think in the chat? Do we want to get clay golem? What act's my least favorite? Act 4. Like, I don't mind the Chaos Sanctuary, but getting to the Chaos Sanctuary is always a pain. Like, the River of Flame is annoying. And, like, all the little, like, enemies that pop up that's, like, Stygians and things like that. Not Act 3, Fake Diablo 2 player. I don't mind Act 3. I would help out more with my poison, but like I said, poison undead are pretty much immune to poison, so like it's almost pointless to fight them. Portal. Big mana potion. Healing potion. Almost got all the good stuff.
Switch to DCS Ranger.
Oh shit, Stone Fury. Always good to see you, but would you consider doing a consulting mentor work on a newer channel? Sent you a DM. Man, I could help you out. You just ask me questions. But like, I don't. Here's the thing with like doing something like that. I don't like taking money for stuff like that because I can't guarantee success. Because honestly, there's a huge segment of luck that's involved with anything to do with like YouTube algorithm. Like I almost ruined somebody's like livelihood already by mistake with advice on that. Jay-Z 2 Cents came to me one day and asked me how he could build his channel. And I basically told him don't. It's a waste of time. And he almost quit. And if he did quit, he wouldn't have a 1,000,000 sub channel right now. And I always feel bad about that advice I give him. And like I feel like I let the boy down. And I'm glad he didn't take my advice. Because the day that he asked me that question, I was kind of bitter about something that was going on with my personal channel. Which I don't remember what it was. It was something small and insignificant. He's obviously doing it better than I am. Big ups Jay-Z 2 Cents. I read up the donation. Stone Fury, that's what I'm talking about right now. 672. That was the last donation I'm addressing. I hate low level cursed amplified damage. Like I've always liked amplified damage once it was like level 6. We'll grab a golem too. I think the buckler is going to be worth picking up. Good. Against the block's terrible. Kind of pushing towards ring mail right now. Mainly because like ring mail is going to be our best defense. I'm opening up all these little side areas, mainly looking for chip gems, because like my mercenary could be stronger, but to get her there, I'm gonna need chip gems. Like I said, she's gonna carry me through the undead sections, as it says right now. Her and Golem. What should we name our Golem? What questions you got? Ask him right now, dog. You ain't gotta pay me money. I'll answer your questions as best as I humanly can. Like, the best way to do this stream right now is to not play Diablo 2. But like to me, this is how I have fun streaming. Like if I could do something like this and just chill out, to me that's more fun than like sweating and like getting mad and shit like that. Cap up. We could make room. Identify some stuff.
The Order welcomes you.
Strength, we don't. Like rings I'm looking for are like energy rings. Those are going to be the biggest bang for my buck. Like if I was a sorceress, you could do faster cast rate rings. Yeah. I picked that up in hopes that it would be better for my mercenary.
I'll put that to good use.
A skull cap probably would be the best play on her. Daggers. Maximum damage with fire resist. Poison over 2 seconds. We could put that in a skull cap. So like, we'll go over to Charcy. I'm gonna look for like a skull cap with a socket.
Good day.
Got none. This one. We can upgrade to this. Actually, my shield. I don't want to put it in the shield, mainly because I'm going to upgrade to a better shield eventually.
I'll put that to good use.
Where's our defense at? Skeleton has a 5% chance to hit us. We got a 1 in 4 chance to block something. Not the greatest, but it's better than a sharp stick in the eye, right? Continue clear, got the mausoleum, then we'll go back to the cold and push towards the stony field. Sorry if I'm playing this slower than normal. Do you plan on stepping up your sweet tea game up? Like, honestly, what I'm craving right now is one of those fucking waffle sandwiches. Shit, a fucking Chick-fil-A sweet tea would be fucking fire as well. Oh, what? Did Stony ask me a question? Let me check real quick. To be safe here. The Stony said, "Glad you're doing well." Blah, 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 blah. This over. Doing well, bro. Yes, Twitch with 2 guys.
Let's see. Goddamn dresser, you bastards!
Holy shit, that's a damn good Sam
And was
Kinison.
he the last person it would go to?
Why? What did he do? Oh, right.
I'm not sure which Delilah you're talking about, because doing it for his pleasure. Sorry.
Fan, can I come over and meet him?
I'm about to look at this Stone Fury, but like that's a damn good Sam Kinison. I don't know if you're trying to do Sam Kinison, but like that's the first thing I thought about. I hate to be this guy, but like the number one thing I can give you right off the bat at face value on your videos is tidy the area behind you up. Because like you isolate a lot of people. Like some people have OCD and they can't handle like a very, very messy area behind you. So as long as it's tidied up a little bit, like for example, like people, it's driving people crazy right now, and I've probably lost viewers because that picture I put back up is actually crooked. And that might sound dumb as hell, but people can't handle that shit. Like you have people from all walks of life. Health replenish. I told you. What'd you tell me, Chubbers? Valhalla or Odyssey? I liked Odyssey more than Valhalla. Like to me, Valhalla was kind of lame. I just realized that my fucking mercenary's named Kyle. Which, there are girls named Kyle. I just find it fucked up that my mercenary's name's Kyle.
I'll put that to good use.
Good evening.
Origins of Odyssey? I liked Origins better. Honestly. That makes me a bad person. Name one girl named Kyle. The chick in Friday the 13th not Friday the 13th. Child's Play 2 was named Kyle.
I'll put that to good use.
Sick and tired of these motherfucking snakes on the motherfucking plane. I enjoy your content. It's been cool you to rise above all the nonsense trolls. Keep doing what makes you happy to do, but I can't handle people monitor your stream. Can't handle the people monitor your stream, so I'll catch you later. That my mods have to be the way they are. Because like there's so many dudes that are dedicated to fucking with me. I know it kind of sucks. And it kind of feels over moderated at times. But it is what it is with that. Like, I wish it could be more lenient, laid back stream. Dick's enormous. What's your favorite type of music? I don't have a favorite genre of music. I listen mainly to like rap and hip hop and a mixture of metal. But I also like I like a little bit of everything. I like pop music, country, the whole nine. What's my favorite game series? My favorite genre is RPGs. 100%. Now it's mumble rap. I mean, I can't say I do like some mumble rap songs. Like I can get down with me some Jeffrey from time to time. There we go. Perfect.
I'll put that to good use.
This is actually kind of fun. I've never actually played one of these characters before, and like just the added challenge of having to play outside of my comfort zone, I'm actually really enjoying. I know you guys probably don't know what the fuck is going on. Like, what is he doing? This is most likely going to be another poison dagger. Like, our poison's really getting up there strength-wise. I try to keep my block around 50%. Because that 50% is a coin flip. Like, these guys hit hard, so I'm not even going to fuck with them. Gonna amp damage them and let the mercenary handle them. Oh. Dagger. Amethyst. Rakanishu. This is a super unique. He's always here. X.
We better get back.
Oh shit, truck rattle.
Soon, and they mostly come at night.
I hate a truck rattle. We ever try VR as way fun? It's a fun way to lose weight. I mean, I tried out. I just don't have a headset. Like, I wanted to play Resident Evil 7 in VR. I thought that would have been a fun time. What was the shield move for Paladins? Holy Shield was the move for Paladins, Michael Merchant. Holy Shield. The one that gives the Paladins more block and stuff. Like, I always found, like, the max block you can have is 75%, which means you block 3/4 of the attacks. But to keep your block going up, it takes a lot of dexterity. I'm gonna push towards 100 health at this point. And like since my poison dagger keeps getting to go up, like it's getting to the point where my poison is good as hell. All I gotta do is really hit everything once. Wolf head. Cool thing about dim vision. Dim vision will keep shamans from picking things up. Dirty and cold resist. Don't need that. I'm looking for the underground passage right now. Oh shit, we got a $2 donation. Hey Pip, watch your streams for a while and I really enjoyed it. Don't give up, mate. I'm not giving up, man. Like, honestly, testosterone is like one of the best things to ever happen to me. Like, I am so motivated. Like, I'm at the point where I'm moving so often now that I'm worried about like my weight my weight to my knees and stuff. My guy, the desktop is distracting. This game doesn't handle full screen very well. Anybody else finding the desktop distracting? Lightning resist. Somewhat. He needs more power. Honestly, I just don't feel like investing $200 into a VR headset, especially since I know it's going to be a niche product. Experience shrine. Probably grab that when we go into the underground passage. Grab it off the rip and just be wasteful. A health regen is slow as fuck. I say this, but like I'm too lazy to fucking go back and get it. Alright. Still looking for a fucking belt. You ever look at things in life and be like, man, has time really went that far? Like, I was thinking about it today. It's been from the distance between the beginning of my YouTube career and FPS boot camp, and FPS boot camp to now has been the same length of time. Because the FPS boot camp was 7 years ago. You can believe that.
We better get back, because it'll be dark soon, and they mostly come at night. Mostly.
Hey, Anonymous, thank you for the gifted sub. Oh, yeah, Smite. Smite's good with life tap.
We better get back, because it'll be dark soon, and they mostly come at night. Mostly.
Hollow potion. poison. Column, you're gonna be okay, right?
Greetings.
Kind of ready to eat dinner. People are gonna be upset as fuck over what my dinner is. It happens, homie. It happens. This has 6 poison damage, 3 to 5. I think this is better than the Dirk.
Good day.
Alright. Let's eat dinner. What's for dinner? It's gonna be fucking cheesy bread. Nothing but carbs. Nothing but carbs. Let me go get my shit. No, we're not ending it right now. I'm just chilling out because like I know I'm gonna do a little bit more just chatting. I know people are bored as hell on fucking Diablo. We're bored of hell of Diablo.
We better get back.
Hey, 300 to
'cause
God.
It'll be dark soon, and they mostly come at night. Mostly.
Rock will be good too. You want to smell my chair? My chair's made out of leather, homie. Doesn't hold smell. Smells like leather. Love it. If you look right in there, I don't know if you can see this very well. They got like cheese stuffed in them. Domino stepped the game up. Yeah, it's cold. I bought it like 2.5 hours ago. Looks like Noah's Ark. Oh, I can't grow hair. Motherfucker, them fighting words, Devin. Motherfuckers want my cheesy bread? Y'all like Mari Janga? Is that marijuana? If no, I don't do any kind of drugs. I fucking chill, homie. Do I have marinara sauce? Yeah, I got 2 of them bad boys. The dip's the key. I'm a super dipper. Like anything I can dip, I enjoy. You should do a back party in the back mullet. And that's it.
We better get back.
For your boy.
Because it'll be dark soon, and they mostly come at night. Mostly.
How do they get testosterone to give you? I have no clue. You still on any substance you know Mara is healthier, more natural? They're like the god of love in Skyrim. Please be a Mara. No, this is a Crystal Light. How old am I? I'm about to turn 35. Why not have a home cooked meal? Because me and my wife both work. Sometimes home cooked meals just don't happen. Do I know how to cook? I understand the concept of cooking. Cooking in nothing but following directions. I mean, like, if you had to ask me, it's not that I don't like home cooked meals. It's that home cooked meals have a lot of effort in, right? For very little payoff. You gotta go to the store. You gotta get the food. You gotta bring the food. You gotta store the food. You prepare the food. Then you gotta clean up after you prepare the food. Then you eat. Versus just eating and throwing the bag away and taking the trash off. Oh, Stone Fury, if what you're telling me is true in your message, you're doing better than I am, dog. Restaurant food is expensive though, man. It's not that much more expensive than thing. Like, look at it this way, for example. If you wanted to get quality ravioli, going to Food Lion and getting the ravioli, like ravioli is going to be $2.75, $3.50, somewhere in that ballpark. Let's call it $3 for some ravioli, and you got another $3 for some sauce, whatever sauce flavor you like. Then you got to bring it back to the house, cook it, clean up after yourself, and then make it. So you have, let's call it, you have $8-9 into that. For like $1 more, you could just get a ravioli plate from like Olive Garden. And if you're not bougie, like for example, like it's way more convenient to buy like sample meatloaf. It would cost me more to make meatloaf at home than to pick up a single serving use of meatloaf from like Cracker Barrel. Yeah, that's the idea. Is Michael Merchant has multiple meals, but let's be real. Multiple meals don't happen when you got a fat motherfucker looking like this. Because like I find I gain more weight when I have food in the house than if I don't. Like if I have to physically leave the house to go get food and bring it back, that's portion control. Versus, I know this is terrible advice. This sounds like burr, 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 burr. I feel you. I feel you on this. Do not take this advice. This is from my experience. As a fat motherfucker that has no willpower, I feel like I portion control better based on what a restaurant will give me versus having excess in the house. Like I'll eat more food at home versus if I cook ravioli, I like throughout the day I'll have two and a half plates of that ravioli versus the one plate I'd have if I got it from like a restaurant. But I've been doing things to try to change it up. Like been trying to drink more Crystal Light, try to slow down on the sweet tea. Granted, I just had a whole bunch of carbohydrates, but that's just because I woke up at 11 o'clock at night and I had a choice between Domino's, Taco Bell, or McDonald's. Like I don't want Taco Bell or McDonald's. I'm gonna go get a cheesy bread. Right? Crystal Light's very bad for you. Yeah, but so is sugar-filled sweet tea and Coca-Cola. Like it's the lesser of three evils. Like lately, what I've been doing is I've been using like red seedless grapes and sugar baby watermelon, and I go. I've been stopping by a store called Publix. I don't know if you guys have those around there. We have a grocery store chain called Publix here, and they have like these parfait. It's like basically like yo fat yogurt with like blueberries and strawberries and like granola that you gotta mix up in like a thing. And it's like $2.20, and it's like a great snack. What is Crystal Light? Crystal Light is basically flavored water. It's basically a flavor enhancer for water. It has 5 calories per 8 ounces. Say my catchphrase, yo, 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 it's your boy Wings of Redemption back at you with another fucking commentary. Crystal Light is basically those amino taste adders, just in a larger volume. Would I get LASIK? From my experience and from what I've heard, LASIK isn't permanent. Like, I had a friend who got LASIK surgery and he's already back in classes. Like 20 years later, he has to wear his glasses again. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I'm losing weight again. Like I'm walking between 5 and 7,500 steps a day. I'm doing a lot of heavy lifting. Um, and other things like I'm just constantly busy now, and I could test a lot of that too. Testosterone, like testosterone, has like kicked my motivation up so much, it's ridiculous. Like it felt like somebody flipped a light switch on. Yeah, I do have a lot of gray hair. Some people call them wisdom hair. Dude, I'm not nowhere near loose skin. I'm still a fat piece of shit. But at least I'm heading in the right direction. That's the whole point. Why did it take so long to get on testosterone? Well, one, it's I didn't know I was low T. Honestly, it's not like you wake up one day and be like, oh, like, and like I I was always under the impression that if you could get armpit hair right here, you had testosterone, which that's not true. Right? If you just because you can grow arm and leg hair doesn't mean that you're not low T. Um, like the biggest qualifier is, which I chalked up to being getting older, is libido. Like your sex drive just disappears. And it's not so much that you like you can't like get aroused. It's that you have no desire to even take place in the act. Like you could have like women show up with pizza DTF and you wouldn't care. Be like, oh, thank you for bringing me pizza. Because like Blue Chew deals with like a different function, right? My waterworks still work. I just have no desire for them to work, or didn't have any desire. You cannot have low T with a high sex drive. Low testosterone affects like your ability to reproduce. So you generally will have a lower sperm count. You'll have trouble growing facial hair, like full facial hair. You notice, I don't know if you noticed, my beard's gotten fuller in the last month. Um, you'll have trouble with your sex drive. You'll be demotivated. Like, it's not that you're lazy, it's just that you don't have anything driving you. Like, everything's like, why bother? I could go out there and rake the yards, or I could sit here and lay in bed all day. You know, like you don't want to make anything out of yourself. But like it's confusing because like you kind of confuse it. You kind of chalk some of the things up to you like maybe I'm just fucking lazy. What's my favorite thing about married life? That I have somebody to do everything with. Like honestly, that's my favorite part about marriage is that I have a partner in crime. I don't have to go to sleep by myself. I don't got to be lonely. I always have somebody to talk to my problems with, and like I always have somebody I can do nice things. Yeah, I do injections. I do 18 gauge I think 22 gauge needle injections. I mean, testosterone isn't a tool. Like uh, testosterone replacement therapy or TRT is generally a lifetime thing. Like my body will, while I'm taking TRT, I'll never be able to create testosterone on my own. So like it's like you either take it and enjoy the quality of life of having testosterone artificially created in your body, or you deal with low T and you do other things like, for example, like working out, losing weight, um, and other things which I don't want to talk about on Twitch will increase your testosterone naturally. High testosterone causes things like roid rage, pimples, and things like that. Does the shots hurt? Not really. And sometimes it's just genetics, Benzo. Like some guys are more positioned to have a higher testosterone levels than others. Well, I've been married for a year now, and it's only me or those first couple of times saying my wife. It's still weird for me. Like it's still odd that somebody has taken my name. It's like, oh, this person has my last name now. Like it's really weird when you're hanging out with them and they get called for something and they go, Mrs. Jordan, and it's like, oh, that's you. So it's like, oh, and like I'm lucky because I married like my best friend, and like I'm happy as I can be in marriage. I met Kelly right after I broke up with Brandy in 2013. I broke up with Brandy forevers in the summer of 2013, and I met Kelly soon after I got back from FPS boot camp. So like maybe December or January of 2014. How did I know she was the one? Well, we ended up being friends for a while, mainly because like I'm an atheist and she was religious, and like she was like going to church religious, and I didn't feel like if we were to have like children or a long-term life, I felt like that religious gap would be a barrier, mainly because like I would want my children to have their choice if they wanted to go to church or not, and like she would want to force them to go to church, and that could be a fight, right? And and like these are like problems that you can see without being too much of a psychic. And I felt like it'd probably be best if we were just friends because we probably wouldn't work out in the long run because of like some of our like differences in the ways we see things and how the world works. And as I got older, I eventually calmed down more. I was a lot more confrontational when I was like 28 versus 35-year-old Jordy. And I kind of calmed down. I kind of matured a little bit more. Turns out I can't have kids, so the kids no longer became a problem. And through all the years and the girlfriends and different women, she was always there. She's always the person I would talk, call when I wanted to talk to somebody or when I was feeling lonely and things and situations like that. So we decided to date again and like fuck it, let's get married. Yeah, my birthday's in April. I don't know for certain I can't have kids, but I'm assuming because I'm low T, I also have the side effect of low T, which is low sperm count. Here's the question: Elite Soulfly asked me, "Do I ever wonder what if? What if there's a Jesus and she goes to heaven? Do you ever think about it?" You can't live your life with what ifs. You can't do that. Like, for example, like I had to make the choice to drive down the same road that I hit a deer on my truck just a month ago. At the same time, by myself. If I lived my life on what ifs, what if I hit another deer? If I lived like that, I'm gonna live a sheltered life because like it goes both ways. What if I won the lottery? What if Mr. Beast came in and dropped $50,000? What if I never lose weight? What if I lose all the weight? You can't live your life worried about the future because the future is not set in stone. You're not promised tomorrow. You got to live your life each day as best as you possibly can see it. So, I personally don't feel like there's enough evidence for an afterlife. So I don't believe in it. If there was refutable evidence that you could prove, I'd be all about it. But there's a lot of people smarter than me that looked into the topic. I've looked into it myself, and like what I see is like it's a tool of control. And I made my choice, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'd like to feel like even if I'm wrong, I'm a good enough person in my heart that it wouldn't matter. I don't think of it that way, High and Tide Drip, because I don't believe in heaven or hell. Like, I believe what happens after you die is the same thing that happens before you're born. You don't exist. I don't remember at any point before I was born. I won't remember at any point after I die. Faith is a double-edged sword, Poem Dubs. Like, you can say faith drives you to be a Christian. Faith also drove people to like jump on a spaceship that was hiding behind a comet as it passed over. Faith drove people to drink the Kool-Aid in Jonestown. Sometimes you got to put deductive reasoning in there. Not to get too much into it, but as forms of higher communications and frequencies that your senses can never actually, without substance or tool. I mean, I got deer whistles on my truck that you know vibrate at a frequency higher than I can hear too, but that doesn't make it like divine. Do I ever miss the old days of YouTube? No, not a bit. I'm happier now than I ever have been at any point in my YouTube career. I'd rather live my life well and believe in heaven and a deity than say, oh, they aren't real and risk going to hell. How does it hurt me by saying, okay, believe in God? Well, I look at it this way, Michael Merchant. The way that you're doing it, it doesn't hurt you, right? Because it doesn't have any long-term effects on your life if you're right or wrong in the way you're currently living. But at the same effect, there's a person across the world that will shoot an RPG at you and strap a bomb through their chest to get 72 virgins. Why? Because they believe that's what their god or deity tells them to do. I have no problem with people getting solace out of like a third party religion or like a religion in general. My problem is when people want to take those beliefs outside their private home and enforce them in the public sector, right? Like taking science out of school is not something I can get behind. Teaching that, evolution isn't right and creationism is something I can't get behind. Having one form of religion over another, or one variation of a religion over another, be it, like for example, Muslims and Christianity are both the same, both have the same Abrahamic religion faith base, but they're just two variations of the same story. Can't get behind that either. I mean, it all depends. If something works for you and you're happy with it, go for it. But there's some people that can't not take it that extra step. Think about it like this, like troll wise, right? There's some people that can come in here, look at my videos where I have like meltdowns and laugh and want to come in here and have a good time. And they sometimes get banned for it. And the reason those people get banned for it is because there's always that dude that will sit here and create 15 accounts, that will send like animal abuse officers to my house, that will show up 5 deep in a van, that will call like the IRS on me, or like try to say that I'm a pedophile, or you know, there's those people and there's regular people, and like there's always an extremist to everything, and you got to kind of you got to kind of like control that in some form. Hmm. I don't think that religion actually teaches ethics. It's a as like the way you've poised your thing is that religion is the only way for ethics. Like, how do you know what is good if nobody taught you what good is? But good is something that exists inside of a bubble, right? Like, let's say you grew up on like an island. These are what ifs, by the way. And that island was isolated from the rest of the world. And inside that island, like the person that could like cut their arm the deepest was considered the strongest male. A person like me or you are going to look at that and be like, how does that determine, that you're the strongest male in the tribe because you can cut yourself more? But like right and wrong, good and evil is are both man-made creations, right? Is what perception that you have looking towards that. As a society, we've agreed that killing people is wrong, right? We didn't do that because the Bible told us not to kill people. We did that because we've seen the effects of killing and death in a society. Some people will say like, oh, we documented the Bible. Like almost every punishment in the Bible is death. And in the same idea, us as a culture has pretty much outlawed like the death penalty. Right? So you can't give religion as the sole purpose of ethics, because like there's situations where like there isn't a Christian religion and they still have ethics, right? Like to say like Mormonism doesn't have ethics, or like Buddhism doesn't have ethics, or you know followers of like pagan gods don't have ethics. Like Egyptians back in the day had ethics, and they didn't believe in Christianity at all. They believed in Set and Ra. No, the guy who was streaming. The United States was actually formed as a deist colony. Look that up, deist. The first 4 presidents we had were deist. Deist is basically mean, and like they were running from the church and taxes when they created America. Right. Some would say like the whole Christian religion is based off Egyptian mythologies. Like the story of Jesus Christ is obviously a retelling and in like a plagiarism of other religious mythos. Do you believe in the soul? I do not. I believe in consciousness. I do not believe in the soul. There is nothing inside of us that exists as our conscious. It's a byproduct of our brain. I can't grow hair, dude. Like if I grow hair, like it'll grow out like this. Like it would grow out like this, and I'd have like the Hulk Hogan thing going on here. It would be really thin up here. I'd have to like comb it over. I'm not doing that shit. I'd much rather just shave it off.
switch to DCS ranging?
240, nominal to profile.
We're in the pipe. 5 by 5.
I'll show this off. Which I think some people know this. This is the comparisons of Jesus and Horus. Jesus' story was written a little over 2,000 years ago. Horus was a little over 5,000 years ago. He was born of the Virgin Mary. Horus was born of the Virgin Isis. Birthday celebrated on December 20th. Birthdays on December 20th. North Star led wise men to when he was born. Eastern Star led 3 wise men to him when he was born. Taken to Egypt to escape the wrath of Herod. Taken to Egypt to escape the wrath of Typhon. Taught in the temple as a child. Taught in the temple as a child. Baptized by John the Baptist. Baptized by Anup the Baptizer at 30. They both had 12 disciples. They both walked on water and performed miracles. Resurrected by Lazarus from the dead. Resurrected Lazarus from the dead. Was transfigured on a mount. Titles include the way, the truth, the light, the Messiah, God's anointed Son, Son of Man, the Good Shepherd, the Lamb of God, the Word, the morning light, the light of the world. Same thing over here. Crucified in a tomb and then resurrected. Crucified in a tomb, resurrected. Horus is and who's it says? Nobody's to say Horus was not the was the first, but he's the oldest one that we know of, right? Like there's like Dionysus was another person like this. Like the Beatles like worship Dionysus. It like these are just a retelling of the same stories over and over again. Oh, we're just talking about religion. Like there's other people. There's like 36 people that have had the story of Jesus in our timeline since humans started writing things down. Mount is not a horse. They're talking about a mountain, like a hill. I don't know. Like religion is a sore subject. Like I just choose to believe this, right? Jesus was born in December 25th
We better get back,
in a manger,
because it'll be dark
right?
soon, and they mostly come at night. Mostly.
How can I formulate this? Well, hey, let's put it this way. Is it easier to believe in immaculate conception, which means a woman having a baby without ever having sex, or is it easier to believe that a young Jewish girl cheated on her husband, got pregnant, and lied about it? Like in real life, which one do you think is most likely the one that would happen, right? The former, right? The former. That's what's going to happen. And if miracles and saints were so abundant before, like written language, like for example, when Jesus was born in the manger on December 25th, if he was born in like modern day China at that point, they had a written language there. They didn't have a written language there because like most of the accounts of Jesus are taken by people that were his followers and handed down stories like 400 years after he lived.
Soon, and they mostly come at night. Mostly.
Occam's razor's 100% a thing. You think we all have energy and God is energy? Well, I mean, like the fact that the Ten Commandments says you should worship no other God but me means that there's other gods, which I don't believe in other gods either, and I doubt you do as well. Like you don't believe in Odin or Balder or Zeus or Loki. You don't believe in Minerva, Hera. You don't think Kronos or Atlas is carrying the world on his back. Neither do I. What is the point of life? To reproduce? What is the point of reproducing? There is no point. Why do deer reproduce? Why do cats reproduce? And you can do things without points. Humans have sex for fun all the time to avoid reproduction. Why is that a thing? But you're asking me, like, what's the point of it? It doesn't have to have a point. What I've noticed, though, throughout time is religion is a ever eroding form of ignorance. It's called the God of the gaps, right? If you can't explain something, God did it. Well, people used to think Prometheus pulled the sun on a chariot with flying horses across the sky every day and retired to the underworld every night. Now we know that's a bunch of bullshit. Why? Because we got smarter. We got devices. We had tools. We learned about it. And that same thing happens to every other religion. Jesus and Christianity is just currently in its form the most popular religion of our day. And that's why I don't believe in religion. If somebody else wants to believe in it, I'm not going to stop them. I'm not going to degrade them for it until they want to step the line where they're affecting everybody else. The problem with religion is people vote with their religious beliefs. Like if you wanted to just use your religious belief for comfort, I'm cool with that. If you want it as like a fail safe that I want all the bases covered, I'm cool with that too. Don't try to stop science though. I'm eating the cheesy bread from Domino's. Tell us about the origin of the universe. They always go to the origin of the universe. I don't fucking know. I wasn't there. You weren't either. And no person that you listened to talk was there. You know what? Don't fucking matter. It's me, you, and both of our bloodlines will be dead and gone by the time the end of the universe happens. We're just along for the ride, hanging onto a fucking rock, flying through outer space at like 40,000 miles an hour, rotating around a star. Get your dick sucked. Stop stressing about life so hard. You're right about that, Nigel. Some will live better than others. This is, I'd go to say this is one of the most fucked up facts about life that you'll learn as an adult as you grow up. And not everybody learns it at the same age. You could do everything right, still fail. You could do everything right, still fail. Nothing is guaranteed. Yeah, you can say you're doing it right. There's a lot of people that did right their whole life, ended up broke. You could jog, you could run, you could save your money, you can do all this, and you still get hit by a fucking bus. Granted, if conservatives had their way, there would be no buses to get hit by, but it's all metaphorical. I'm not saying you shouldn't achieve anything. I'm just saying don't take it so serious. Nobody gets out of life alive. Everybody dies in the end. Spoiler alert. There's nothing wrong with being conservative. Different. The only problem with conservatives and Democrats is they are unwilling to work together. That's the main problem with conservatives and Democrats. Like I said before, I look at myself as an American first. That's why I got an American flag in my yard. That's why I try to buy American cars. That's why I try to push American ways, right? Because it's in my interest for the people around me to succeed. Because if the people around me are succeeding, that means I will most likely succeed as well. There's a saying that if you hang around 5 millionaires, you could be the 6th millionaire. If you hang around 5 drug addicts, you're most likely going to be the 6th drug addict. The people that you put around you influence your life more than anything else right? So it's all about outlook and the situation you put yourself in, which helps the trajectory of your life. Like right there, you see that the guy says Biden supporters are not Americans because Biden is a known pedo. People don't support Biden because they want to support Biden. Like I voted Biden, right? And I didn't vote Biden because I support every Biden policy. I thought Biden was a terrible choice. Biden had crime laws. He was hard on crime. He did a lot of things that I would never associate with him as a person. Like he was against, same-sex marriage. He pretty much created the 3 strikes you're out system that put people in jail for marijuana. Kyle's pretty much a felon right now because of Joe Biden. And I didn't like him. I didn't like him. But the fact is, the way the party's set up, everything's rigged. You have a 2-party system, and both parties have ultimate power. Like right now, the conservatives are terrified of Trump because Trump is one of the few people that could go out and create another party. And if he did that, they would lose to the Democrats every time because Trump's base would be splitting the Republican base. So you would basically have 2 smaller parties and 1 large party. And the large party would win each time unless another candidate, somebody like Bernie Sanders, was able to branch out and create his own party. But then it leads to a lot of muddied water when it comes to that. And like I said, the biggest problem between conservatives and like liberals or like Democrats or whatever you want to call them is they're unwilling to work together. At the end of the day, everybody wants to have a nice house. They want puppies. Want to make sandwiches. They want their kids to get the best education possible. They want their offspring to succeed. There's a lot more that makes us we have in common than we have different, right? John believes he should have guns. Mike believes he shouldn't, right? But that doesn't mean that they have to cut the school budget because of that. Again, don't align yourself with a certain party, right? Because that party doesn't give a fuck about you. Republicans don't care about you. Democrats don't care about you, right? Neither Biden nor Trump ever did anything for Jordy. Right? What if they gave me $1 million? It all depends. Like at that point, like how much is my personal word worth? I think $1 million is worth more than my word. I could blow smoke up your ass for $1 million, but I don't got $1 million, and neither one of them want to give me $1 million because I have no influence. But what you're saying right now is how the world works. Hey, bud, I'll help you get reelected with this campaign money. Got to do something for me. Poke, 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 poke. That's politics in a. That's politics in the purest form. Hey, dude. Hi. 62 cents. Take it or leave it. I'll take it. But you got to donate $1 because, like, donating $1 gets me 67 cents. Because if you actually donated 62 cents, I'd get like 30 or 40 of it. Do you say at my peak was my YouTube channel worth $1 million? No. Like my peak YouTube viewership was number 88. At one point in my YouTube career, I was the 88th largest YouTube channel on YouTube. That's where it peaked at. It's nowhere near there now. It's probably not even in the 100,000s at this point. But even then, like YouTube's influence wasn't worth anything on a market level. So like being 88th biggest channel didn't mean shit. Hey, dude, thank you for the dollar and bits. Yeah, thank you. See you. Good night, FPS Quacker. No, I wouldn't say Trump and the Republicans represent everything wrong with the world. I mean, there's worse parties out there than the Trump's party. Like, I would go so far as say like North Korea is worse than the Republican Party of America. I would go so far as some of like some of the politicians in like Congo and like nations that are constantly at war are worse than the Republican Party. To say that they're worse is just being disingenuous. Those are terrorist wings? Dan Trent, let me tell you a secret, homie. Motherfuckers that threw tea in Boston Harbor, those were terrorists to England. Don't let somebody tell you. Don't let anybody hear that. Terrorism is based on the person's perspective that's doing it. When America threw the tea in the harbor that the British were importing, those people were terrorists. The only reason they're not terrorists right now is because we won the war. I didn't say Americans were terrorists in 2021. I'm using the Boston Tea Party as an example of how the word terrorist can be used as a weapon. You can't fear terrorism because terrorism is a matter of observation. You're a terrorist to the way of life that I'm used to. But for example, like if England beat America and we were all like, "Hey mate, welcome to Twitch," had a British accent right now because we're still England. Those people that threw the tea in the harbor would have been labeled as terrorists. How am I off base with that? Like, what part of that is off base? Terrorism is 100% subjective. Terrorism has nothing to do with destroying things. It's got everything to do with pushing a narrative. Like, for example, you could be a terrorist if you flew over a town in like a Cessna plane and threw out flyers that say we're going to gas bomb the city on this date. That's a terrorist move. You didn't destroy anything. You littered a little bit, but you created terror. It's even in the name. You're creating fear. You're using fear as a weapon. Sometimes using fear as a weapon requires damage of property or personal goods or life, but it doesn't always fit the bill. Barack Obama was known as Barack Obama by the Middle East. And if you want to go on YouTube, you can find people that had lost family members to drone strikes. There's one that sticks with me really good because this guy was crying because his grandmother was afraid of the sky because drones fly so high that you can't see them. So the only time that you know that you're getting hit with a predator missile is when you're dead. And when you've seen enough of your family members killed by predator missiles or drone strikes, you start to fear the blue sky. And that radiated with me. It's like, just imagine being afraid of the blue sky. And this isn't me being Republican or Democrat. I call it like it fucking is, right? Just like the other day, some people were like, don't you like Tyson Fury? Yeah, I like Tyson Fury, but at the same time, he's currently setting himself up to have an excuse if he loses to Anthony Joshua. That's what he's doing. That's what it looks like he's doing. History is written by the Victor Music Records. Right. I mean, like, if there was another Republican, say Romney beat Obama, I think Romney would have done drone strikes as well, right? As an American, I don't know why we're still in Iraq. Is it oil prices? Like, what is the purpose of having American troops sitting in another country occupying it? If it's just oil and money, that makes you a bad person. You can't worship the same people because they're safeguarding oil and money and call them freedom fighters.
Switch to DCS ranging.
240, nominal to profile.
We're in the pipe. 5 by 5.
Land of the snake, home of the slave. All right. Oh, 60. Oh. Oh, we had a $5 donation. It's now Northern Edward. What's your thoughts on Edward Snowden and NSA in general? I was highly disappointed that Edward Snowden didn't get pardoned by Donald Trump. Like, Donald Trump should have pardoned Edward Snowden. Like, Edward Snowden should be touted as a hero to the people. And like, to me, it bothered me so badly that when he blew the whistle on the NSA, that they wanted to get him and hang him as a traitor. When realistically, the only people that was being traitors was the NSA and the U.S. government at the time. You want to take this man, ruin his life because he basically was like, yo, why are you spying on your own people? Why are you using these things in play to do these things? Toxics. One person in this conversation needs to be acknowledged as a god is Rocco. The Egyptians did it. The Egyptians considered cats gods. Why aren't you considering Rocco a god? So I think racism still exists 100%, dude. 100% does racism still exist. I'm gonna tell you, racism is gonna exist for a long fucking time. Because like, when you go to fill a job application out, why do they care what color you are? H-Town. Donations appear on screen for anything more than $5. H-Town. Will you sell the picture of RFK on the wall? If so, how much? This picture? I don't know what. I kind of want to keep it. Honestly, like, the number I'd give would be a dumb number because I don't want to sell it. I had that picture 8 years now. I really like it. Make copies. It's a hand drawing. It's one of a kind. He's talking about the real sweet kids picture. This with me, Kyle, and Woody, the original PK screw. Woody hates that picture. He fucking, every time I bring that picture up, Woody gets like uneasy and gets mad and always looks at the ground because he doesn't like the way he looks in it. That's Carl Sagan. That's a self-portrait by one of my viewers, Texas CDs. Who drew the picture on the left? Texas CDs drew the picture on the far left. My right. Far left if you're looking at it. Bring back the rag man. That's actually a hat. That's my Braves hat with the bill turned around. Like I'm wearing the hat backwards. Why is Kyle censored? During that time, that picture was drawn in 2012. Kyle was still doing FPS Russia, and he wasn't outed yet. So like, they always censored Kyle because Kyle never showed his face cam because he was still FPS Russia at the time. Do I miss PK? Not really, no. I mean, like, I don't regret doing it. I mean, like, if anything, I miss not making that PK money. Like, if I never got kicked off PK, I'd have like probably an extra $400,000 in my bank account right now. But you know, shit happens. Can't live your life in the past. Because remember, money don't mean shit either. Money's a completely made up concept that you got to use to your advantage. I don't know. About the end of the stream though. Get kind of tired. I'll try to go back to sleep because I gotta drive to Florence tomorrow. Get up. Gotta take the trash off. Drive to Florence. Check out a car. Get back. Go to the second job. Come back. Stream again. Want to thank everybody. Thank you, JL, for stopping by. I know you a day one. Big ups to 672. Big ups to Northern Neck. Thank you, H Town, for the $5. Actually, H Town donated $10. Thank you, H Town. Mike Muir, thank you for the 2. Dixie Normus, thank you for the $1. Stone Fury, thank you for the $10. Thank you, Carney, for the 5. Thank you, Simile. Thank you, Tapsui, for the 5. Thank you, Baconator Dominator. Appreciate it. Thank you, Rez. Thank you, Richard. You guys for coming out to the stream. Short stream. We almost did 3 hours. We're like 10 minutes off 3 hours. I hope everybody had a wonderful time. We'll probably do like Rainbow or Warzone or something tomorrow night. I'll see you guys then. Be there, be square. Peace, people.